Jaya Guru Raya. Bhagavan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. There was a rain of blessings. Whether you have been aware of it or not, don't bother. A very, very special blessing reached every one of you. He was present here. He blessed all of you. Whether you sang with other people or not, the blessings went to everybody here. One special thing about massive Nama chanting is, you sing, you do one Nama, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, and there are 99 other people. So for every Nama, you get the power of 100 Namas. That is the speciality of the mass Nama chanting. And another thing is, even if your mind is wandering, there may be some people who concentrate on that. So because of them, your mind also will begin to concentrate. So we call it the massive Nama Sankirtan, very, very powerful. In fact, if there are families together in your colony or in some place, somebody is not well or some emergency is there, immediately all of you can gather there and sing the name for 1 hour and be sure that it will find its fulfillment. That is the speciality. You can bring in immediately the presence of God. So Nama chanting is not only Nama Japa, it is also practice of the presence of God. Practicing the presence of God is very simple. He is everywhere. You just have to wake Him up. Wake Him up to what? To your difficulties, your personal life. So you chant the name and immediately He becomes conscious of you. And then He is there, you are not able to see because of your own mind, because of the leelas of your mind. But then, if you assume that He is present, I have called out His name, He is present, you can keep talking to Him. Just as you share things with a friend, you can keep talking, you can report everything that happens in the office, at home. You can tell He is one friend with whom you can share everything. And what is more, your friend may talk about it, present his own views, or may tell other people also about you. But you can trust God. From Him only grace comes. And if He finds any fault in your prayer, He will correct you. Just keep talking to Him all the time. Don't feel shy. And one day you will find response from Him. You will see not only a voice coming in, a leaf would talk to you, a squirrel would talk to you, anything in nature or anybody passing by will be saying, making some comment related to their event, but that would be a pronounced blessing for you. So keep chanting the name, because the chanting the name brings immediate presence of God, who becomes aware of your life, your difficulties, and then assuming, because it can only be assumption in the beginning, but it's an assumption based upon truth. So it will work. Just keep chanting, 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 and praying, reporting everything, every detail of your life. And you see the magic of that, how the presence becomes vibrant very soon. It's one thing to do puja and see Him in a picture or in a murti. That's okay. It has its place in the scheme of things. But to worship Him, to see Him as a friend or as a father as a deity and responding to him, the first thing that you find is peace. You talk to him, there will be a strange peace. Anything that burdens you, either at the office or at home, just share it privately with him. And we'll keep on talking to him. The presence becomes very real because it's already there, it's only revealing itself to you. And then you learn to live with God and within God. Isn't that necessary for today's life? How many problems? Today one problem, tomorrow another problem. See, you're surrounded by problems all the time. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Bhagavan used to say, when there is heavy rain, at the same time you have to go out to get your work done. Don't you carry an umbrella? You cannot stop the rain. You cannot stop your problems. But then, very cleverly, you carry an umbrella over your head and you get the work done. When there is burning sun, you cannot set barefoot on the road. You wear chappals and go about. Get your work done. Nama is like that. Even while you are surrounded by problems all around, you carry the Nama within you. You can do it mentally, you can do it physically, loudly. But the mental japa has more power. First, you sing with the lips. And then slowly, as you keep on singing more and more, keep on chanting more and more, the center shifts from the lips to the tip of the tongue. So it becomes silent, but still the tip of your tongue keeps moving. And when you continue doing this Nama Japa or Nama singing, Nama Sankirtan, the center will shift to the throat. You can literally hear the sound coming from the throat. And you continue further, getting into the depths of this Nama Sankirtan, you will see it shifting to the heart. When it shifts to the heart, there's a burst of love. You have love just overflowing. You feel such love for every being on the earth, a costless love. Until then, we would love people only if there is some benefit. Is that not true? We are only attached to people. Attachment has expectations. What expectation? You want everybody to adjust to your happiness. You have only demands and you expect all the time. And then when the expectations do not work, you feel very disappointed, and you know what follows after that. It's only common and familiar to everybody. But love is something else. Love carries sacrifice with it. When you truly love a person, you are ready to sacrifice anything for the happiness of the loved one. So there the element of sacrifice is involved. And so this love, the selfless love, unselfish love, will begin to flow into you. There will be a strange joy and a strange love that even if they are utterly useless, you have nothing to do with them, you still feel this kind of love for them. You act spontaneously. You act with love overflowing. And there's a burst of this love for the entire cosmos when it shifts to the heart. And then the last stage is when it shifts from the heart to the navel, Nabhi. And there you can see the Paravani, the supreme voice, not you singing with your voice. You can hear the singing from the divine. So between the lips and the Nabhi, there are stages in Namajapa, stages in Nama Sankirtan. And at every level, you get benefits of different kinds. We will not go into it. Now the topic is how to bring God into your daily life. Amidst all the problems, amidst your own mind. Our own mind is our friend. Our own mind can turn into our enemy. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. How to bring him? We know that we get up first thing in the morning, chant at least a few times, minimum 7 times any nama, and then pray to God, whoever it is, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, please be with me, please be with me all through the day. In my thinking, in my talking, and in my actions, in all my actions, be with me, help me, guide me, protect me. Just make this one prayer. It will take only a few minutes. God takes it seriously. You may even do it in half sleep, but He takes it very seriously. So start the day with the chanting of the name just 7 times and make your prayer for God to be with you all through the day. And then you can go about work. If you feel inclined, you can keep on singing the name. The lady of the house, you can cook. While cooking, you can keep singing the name. While doing any household work, you can keep on singing the name and offer the whole house to God. Say, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, this is your house. Hey Rama, you gave it to me. Everything in this world has been given to us by God. When you offer a flower, you are offering a flower that He has given you. You are offering the food that He has provided for you. Now, if you can offer, plucking a flower, the tree goes into such trouble, such pains to produce a single flower. And plucking it and dropping it at the feet of God is so easy. And while doing so, your mind may be wandering also. But if you can offer your every action of the day, starting from drinking coffee or eating the breakfast, just it takes one sentence. God will take it seriously. You don't bother. Say, Bhagwan, I'm taking coffee or tea, I'm offering to you. Because you are inside me. It is because you are inside me, there is breath. Because there is breath, I'm able to make this prayer at all. My eyes are able to see, my ears are able to hear, my brain works. I'm able to move about freely. Everything is Ashirvad. Everything about your life is a blessing. That you are able to see at all. How many people are blind? That you are able to see. Isn't that a blessing? A great blessing. You are able to walk. After 50 years, the knees begin to give trouble. And that's when you know what a gift it has been all along. So everything about the body is a blessing. Everything about our life is also a blessing. You will come to know it slowly. So pray to God and then go about the work of the household. Even when you clean a place, you can say, I am cleaning your temple, your ashram. Washing the clothes. Every work that you do at home, say, God, I am doing it for your sake. Because it's your house. When you offer something to God, it will come back to you several fold. So keep doing that. The cooked food, when you cook, chanting the name and saying, I'm cooking for you, you can see if you have the inner eye, the sensitivity, a sattvic layer of energy falling upon the food. The food becomes sattvic. It may be very, very hot, spicy, but by chanting your name, you are bringing in a sattvic element into the food. When you serve it to your husband and children, you say, I am serving you in all of these people. Is that very difficult? You can always practice. After a little practice, it becomes a habit with you. Only initially, it is difficult. Just think that it is He, the Divine, Bhagwan, is eating through these mouths. And similarly with any work at home. And at the end of the day, have done my seva to you. The whole day. Kindly accept it as my seva. Svikar kijiye. And I myself belong to you, because you know that you have not created this body. Yet you own it up, you're saying this is my body. Nor have you put life in it, the breath in it, but you say it's my life. We have done nothing to own up this body as ours. We have done nothing to own up the life as my life. It is He. It is because of His presence, the Chaitanya, Antaryami. There is breath in the body at all. When the breath goes away, it means He has left the body. And the body is fit only for burning or burial. So at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you say, God, as far as I could manage, I have offered, and I am still again offering in case I have forgotten. It is all you. You are doing. If you are not there, there will be no breath. You are the doer. But then since by your own maya, I think that I am talking, I am doing, so I am offering to you. Everything, every thought, every word. You don't have to remember it during every thought, every word. But at least at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you say, I offer every thought I thought during the day, every word I spoke, be it good or bad, don't bother. Offer it to Him. Every action. That's why I said, plucking a flower from a tree or a plant is very easy. But if you can offer your every action as a flower at the lotus feet of the Divine, it is the greatest puja. You have lived the whole day as God expects you to live. He has given you this body, He has put life in it, only to remember Him. God is the goal of everybody's life, wherever you are. Whether you be in Greenland, Alaska, or Argentina, Australia, anywhere in the world, the goal of life is only God. And of course, we do not know who God is. We have not seen Him. We know only from Puranas and books. But we know how Kripa acts. When we need something, suddenly something good happens. Something creates a certain atmosphere favorable to us all of a sudden, even without our asking for it. So remember that we have to offer our every action, every word, every thought to His feet. At the end of the day, with this prayer, you go to bed, your karmic sheet is completely clean. You have neither the good karmas nor the bad karmas. If you do it day after day after day, at a certain point, even while you think, you will know that God is putting the thoughts there. Even while you speak, you will know that every word is coming from Him through you. And every action, it is He who is the doer. He is doing it through you. You are only a tool. You are only an instrument in His hands. This would become an experience with you. Because in truth, it is He who has put the breath, it is He who is sustaining it, and when He chooses, the out-breath will no more return. He chooses. You know that you are not breathing. Are you breathing? You please tell me. That, I have to breathe all the 24 hours of the day, and then you start breathing. No. You are not even aware you are breathing now. But still the breathing is going on with such rhythm and precision. So know that everything about this body, everything about our life is gifted by God to us as a very special blessing, and we have to put it to use. We have to return it to Him with gratitude. This attitude of gratitude to God is the greatest thing. So keep chanting the name, because when you chant the name, you are inviting the presence. And once the presence is there, you have to assume that the presence is there, because the great ones have said so. The Mahatmas who have become one with God, Yogi Ramsuratkumar said, he is instantly present. So keep talking to him all through the day. That will give you a comfort, a feeling of relaxation. And very soon you will find him a living presence. And what about men who are very busy right from the morning till late night? Whatever work you do, either you do it at home or outside in an office, think that the work has been given to you by God. It is the only truth. It is neither your boss or somebody who found you the job. It is He, it is His grace that has given you the job that you are doing now. And then say, God, it is your gift to me, and the work that I do, please take it as my seva, accept it as my seva to you. So even as you travel to the office, keep chanting the name, and as soon as you enter, before sitting in the seat, you say, this is all given to me by you, and whatever work I am going to do is your work. The whole cosmos is His, and whatever work is in the cosmos is His work. You just have to become aware of it. Being aware of it is a very powerful sadhana, that everything belongs to Him. Every work is His work. So whatever you do is only His seva. So you say in humility, God, whatever work I do in the office is your work. Kindly accept it as my seva to you. And after that you get absorbed in the work, it doesn't matter. Whenever you remember in between, you can say, up till now whatever work I have done, I'm offering to you. If you don't remember also, it doesn't matter. But at the end, before you leave the office, just stop for a moment and say, this office belongs to you. There is a boss there in the worldly way, but the true boss of this office is you. And the work that I have done is the work for you. Kindly accept it. I am submitting all the work that I have done today in the office at your feet. You know, the drudgery of the work that you do at the office becomes puja. You are not just doing the work for earning money. You are making it a puja also. So, how much more meaningful life becomes, purposeful. The only purpose of life is God, remembrance of God. Yogi Ramsuratkumar Bhagwan used to say, God is the only goal of life. And since you cannot attain God easily, remembering God will come to you easily. How to remember God? You remember the name. When you remember the name, you are remembering God. And remembering God is living in God. So don't you think that you live in God all through the day? Just by chanting His name and offering everything. Whenever you remember, 10 o'clock you remember, immediately say hastily, Swami, whatever I have spoken up till now, whatever I have done up till now, I am offering to you. A simple statement which God would take seriously, and it will give you an enormous benefit very soon. In the beginning, when you put money in the bank, 100 rupees, meager. But once it becomes 10,000, 15,000, you say, oh, I have saved so much. It's also like that. The Nama chanting, there is a particular story which Bhagwan told us all with relish every time. There were two birds living by the side of the sea. They lived very happily. The female laid eggs. And one day when they had gone out in search of the food, a huge wave came from the sea and swept off the eggs into the depth. So when the birds returned, they found the eggs missing, and they knew instantly it was the mischief of the ocean. They felt so dejected, they felt like death. They just did not want to live anymore. But out of this desperation and despair was born a new strength, a new determination. One bird said to the other, why shouldn't we get it back? Let us work hard. The ocean has taken it into its depths. We will dry up the ocean and take back the eggs. Can you imagine? We would have ridiculed it. we would say that the person who is determined like this is very stupid. All this happened to the two birds. They started, they have a little beak. And the ocean is vast and deep. They began to set to work. They were very determined. They would get back the eggs somehow by drying up the ocean. So they took beakful after beakful after beakful of water, threw it on the shore. And days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, and months into years. As they did this with concentration, with determination, perseverance happens. When perseverance happens, it becomes a great tapasya. It develops such high power. They became skin and bones. They could not think of food or sleep, and they were at it all the time. And in the meantime, people gathered, and they were mocking the two birds, saying that, why are you wasting your time? How stupid can you get? Stop this moment. Live happily. And so much mockery, but they put up with that. They were so determined, they would not look this side or that side. They were bent upon getting the eggs back. And then years rolled, they became skin and bones. And one day, a sadhu Mahatma came, and they thought, oh, here is a sadhu, a sant. He can give us blessings and make it easy for us. So they ran. But the sadhu Mahatma spoke like everyone else. Why are you doing the stupid thing? Stop it. Live happily again. And they got wild. They said, what? You are also saying this? We thought we would get blessings from you so that we would attain the goal soon. But you are also talking like other people. We don't want your blessings. And then they said, we would rather die in the effort. So determined they were. Then the Sadhu Mahatma smiled, a very happy smile. He just put out his hand into the ocean. It extended to the depths, and he brought out the eggs. The eggs were fresh, just as they left. Now from this story, what we understand is, just by taking beakful of water again and again, throwing it on the shore, would not achieve the task. It is very stupid in one sense, in the sense of the world. But at the same time, they were at it with a determination. And the determination gave power to them, strength to them. And perseverance followed. So they were at it. Years passed. They did not mind. As you keep on chanting the name, you will think my chanting the name will achieve my merger with God. The goal is so high. Chanting the name is just LKG. Many people underestimate chanting the name. Now the birds, coming back to the birds, they were so happy, overjoyed. And then they understood. They worked very hard with great determination, all right, but the work did not achieve the task of getting back the eggs. It invoked grace of a Mahatma, and the grace achieved it. So this is what happens when you begin to chant the name. You keep chanting, chanting, chanting. It invokes a certain grace, and the grace finally gives you what you want. This is for attaining God. This is also for attaining anything in life. Suppose you have a prayer, somebody is very sick, you want them to get well, or somebody is not getting married, it's getting delayed, and because of their past karma, it's getting more and more delayed, and you're very worried, you're worried sick. Then take up one prayer at a time. And for that prayer, keep chanting Yogi Ramsuratkumar, chanting and writing and chanting and writing, and see what happens. Hundreds of people have benefited from chanting the name. And you pray that your daughter should get married soon and to the right person so that she'll be happy till the end. And even if it is delayed, Yogi Ramsuratkumar will bring the right person before you. And similarly, if your boy is not getting employed, You are getting very worried about it. He is getting depressed. Now take up this prayer and write it and keep it at the feet of a picture of Yogi Ramsuratkumar and keep chanting Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. My boy should get a decent job, a decent salary. Please bless him. Don't get tired of it like the birds. Just keep on doing. How long should you do the Nama chanting? As long as it takes. At one Nama, it will be done. You will be surprised how the task is achieved. Any prayer, depending upon your past karma, how hard it is, depending upon the justification of your prayer, things will happen. In any case, Nama is pure magic. Suppose you go on the road, you are about to meet with a major collision, major accident, and you know on the spot you will die, and nothing of you will remain, you will be a pulp. Just few inches, you scream Yogi Ramsuratkumar and see what happens. This has happened several times, several hundred times. That's why I am repeating it to you. So many people come and tell me so many miracles. The miracle of the glory of the name. You will see whatever is meant to happen will happen to the vehicle and you will be saved, unhurt. Even yesterday, when I was talking there in Navi Mumbai, in a hall, so many people came forward to narrate their experiences, how they had been miraculously saved. And suppose you go to some place where you do not know the language, you have to find a place, you have to find job, there will be so many problems there. You just keep praying, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. I do not know how to get back to my place, or I do not know how to find a room or a house for rent. Even the small, small prayers, all that you have to do is keep chanting the name and pray. Just repeat one prayer. Don't add many prayers to that. Take up only one prayer at a time, for which sake you chant the name, you chant and write and chant and write. At one Nama, when he chooses, the work will be done, but only when he chooses, the work will be done, and that would be the best. God will not work if we hurry him through. He will not act according to our haste. But then you keep chanting and praying, and you leave the rest to God, to Bhagwan, and Bhagwan will do the rest for you. Just as you hear in the story of the birds.